Hello everyone and welcome back to XCOM Enemy Within. I am still doing the UFO mission here. We are pretty heavily under attack right now, so I'm putting everyone on Overwatch duty. Which I would have preferred to hit a Seeker, who is probably going to spawn, but I'll take the Muton as well. And I think that's all my Overwatch shots wasted now. And that guy is still alive. He just ran by, took 6 reaction shots, and he's still okay. I'm overwatching on everyone who has enough ammo to do so, including my mech. Anyone who's not got enough will reload. Just because I know there's a second Seeker, and as I said, I prefer to not have them deal any damage. As such. That's 5 reaction shots, that should be plenty. Yep. Okay, now everyone can reload who's not. Actually everyone, because no one is full except for you, so you can overwatch.
Rock and roll.
Should really make another scatter laser, but I feel I'm approaching the plasma weaponry quite quickly now, so it seems a little futile. Now I'm almost certain that the Muton, wherever they are under Overwatch, so just take my mech forward a little, and he's got the most health, so he can tank it the best. Missed, so that's good. And now we have him flanked, and he's almost dead. Where's my shocking guy? You're right here. Which means let's try and take this thing out. My mech should be easily able to kill it if I fail, but 95% because of the improved arc thrower is pretty decent. Yep. A lot of electricity, essentially. And apparently baby. Oh, Van Damme, I kept forgetting you're invisible. Or you can be invisible anyway. And we've lost both of the melt canisters, but we kind of stepped right into a fairly large amount of aliens as we entered the UFOs, so in those circumstances, I think going for the melt would have been too risky. I might have been able to make it, I really don't know, because I don't yet know where the canisters were, but I don't mind losing them. It's better than losing soldiers. I mean, arguably I can buy more soldiers, I can't buy more meld, but soldiers have experience, which is difficult to replace. Okay, we heard an alien somewhere back here, and I think one Muton is still alive, actually. However, let's take Van Damme, who's still invisible, and if I keep him in cover, he will stay so. And I don't know where I want to go, actually. I mean, this might be the control room. And as long as he's in cover, he's good. Like back here. And now everyone else, I'll turn this way. I think this is okay. Everyone else can just move a little closer. And Overwatch, which is okay now because I'm not going to go any closer, so I'm not triggering any additional enemies. I'm hoping. I mean, I guess it's still kind of smarter to wait with the Overwatches, but too much hassle.
Yes, Commander.
Okay, let's put him right here. He's shocked one alien, which is great. And also Overwatch. Again, I shocked that alien not for the for the, 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 Okay, nothing down there. Interesting. Yeah, I stunned him for the gun. Because he has a plasma rifle, and those are expensive. They cost, I think, over 200 credits, so... definitely worth considering. And there's no enemies in here.
Roger, Dodger.
Otherwise Van Damme would have seen them, so I can dash my soldiers on ahead. I think they're going to be further back into that room, though. I believe that's the control room.
Running.
And everyone should be fine on ammo. Which means I'm just dashing
Orders
you all
confirmed. On the move.
noticeably forward. Overwatch. Okay, so definitely some enemies down here. Let's take Van Damme, who will be in cover right here.
Je confirme la position.
Dash down, see if we can detect anything. Okay, there's a Muton, who may or may not be on Overwatch. I wouldn't mind getting the kill on someone else, but if he's in Overwatch, I want to trigger it on... Okay, I don't think I would have triggered it. Son, you already have your promotion. Let's see, Jeremy Burns, do you have a shot? No, you don't. Son, you do have one.
Okay.
Don't think anyone else can get one.
Aye, aye.
So, might as well take that actually.
He's down.
And no, actually. I just said actually a lot. Didn't mean to. Sorry. I'll overwatch on everyone else except for Spencer, who can run in.
Now.
And then overwatch. And I suspect there's only one group of aliens left in here. So Van Damme, you're invisible. If I want you to be... Let's move forward here.
Bien, commandant.
Nothing. Where would they be? Because this is kind of the end of the UFO now.
J'y vais tout de suite.
Maybe they're outside. I think last time I played on this UFO map I had them spawn somewhere in here. But Van Damme has pretty much ruled that out for us,
Yes,
so
Commander.
I don't know anymore. And I still would dearly love to have lightning reflexes on one of my guys. But it wasn't meant to be. Yet. And that's the, I guess, one of the disadvantages of having the training roulette active. In a normal playthrough, lightning reflexes is just one of the abilities that assault soldiers always get. So if you have an assault, you know eventually he's going to get the lightning reflexes ability. But not with training roulette on. It's complete luck there, and I have not been lucky with that ability yet. I did get some other pretty nice combos. I did love getting sprint on Sun, for example. That was a stroke of genius. Van Damme. Anything out here? Anything at all? Maybe in one of those side rooms here, or are those... No, those are outside exits. Okay, so this might...
Roger that.
Take longer than I'd intended it to. Maybe I left an enemy somewhere else. I don't think so, though. I think there's an undiscovered group still somewhere around. And knowing my luck, I'm going the completely wrong way. I've been through here, though. Shot that Muton. Kind of should have covered this area here. Might be back here, or maybe they're outside. I think I'll just kind of do a circle. I'm not comfortable splitting up my party, though. But with Van Damme taking the lead, I am comfortable sprinting on everyone. Wow, the mouse is being strange again, so I have to be careful. And while this is a great game, it is slightly rough around some of the edges, I feel. Sometimes the control and the user interface, they get a little
Yes, sir.
stubborn and don't really want to cooperate fully at all times. So something to be aware of. Can we hear them? That would be interesting. Okay, so I am actually going completely the wrong way. So Van Damme,
Tout de suite.
go back. I will
Posición
not
confirmada.
go too far beyond Van Damme though, because I don't want to walk into any traps. It's getting slightly windy outside, but I have to have my window open, and
Moving to position.
it's summer, obviously, and I can't stand the heat. I am not a summer person at all.
Orders confirmed. On the move.
I mean, I can sort of see the appeal to
Copy
people.
that.
It's warm and you can go to the beach and to the lake and swim, and people aren't wearing so much, so they're prettier. Or less pretty, but
Good to go.
I guess you notice people showing more skin, which isn't bad, but I just can't stand the weather. I sweat so
What was that
much,
sound?
it's just not funny anymore. And I have kind of given up trying to find anything that really works. I've got some sort of industrial strength deodorant which works for half a day, if it's not too intense. Like if I'm out and actually doing a lot of stuff, walking, doing garden work and such, then it just fails again. It just doesn't work,
Esperando la orden.
which is really annoying. Because I hate being all
On my
sweaty.
way.
I feel like I have to take a shower every 10 minutes, and I don't like that. I might start to smell sweaty.
Solid
I
copy.
just can't help it. So not a summer person. I prefer
Will do.
winter. Plus, as a person who isn't so interested in just seeing naked skin, the advantages of summer are fairly limited to me. I've always
J'y vais.
said that if it's winter and you're cold, you can put on another layer, put on a different coat, just wear something warmer. If it's summer and it's too hot, there's a limit as to how much you can take off before it becomes a matter of public indecency, and people call the police. So
Voy
I don't know,
hacia ese
just
lugar.
way too warm. Which really all I was trying to say is I've got my window wide open now to
Orders confirmed. On the move.
at least have some cool air. It's almost midnight now actually, and it's finally started to cool down a little bit. And I'm beginning to suspect the alien might be on the roof. Rodriguez. But if they were on the roof is actually disrupted here, so I think I should be able to get up there on the jet boots next turn. But for now, Overwatch, please. And Pang,
Already there.
kind of not really keeping up with the rest of the squad. Okay, we still have to go deeper.
¿Oís eso?
Okay, let's take the invisible
Tout
guy.
de suite.
And they're still celebrating. Now,
I'm on the move.
people have told me that I must be some sort of Grinch to football. And the problem is, I don't mind people watching football, enjoying it, getting into it, being excited about it, celebrating the game's our team's victory, the German team's victory. All of those things I am okay with. They are fine. But they're overdoing it. Now, those were the quarterfinals, so I'm willing to concede that there is some celebration due if your national team that we are, or you are, kind of taking pride in, if they win a game which is now actually of some magnitude and not just a random game.
Moving out.
I'm perfectly willing to accept that it's your desire to celebrate in that situation, but maybe 10 PM, 11 PM would be a good point to stop doing the massively loud celebrating, driving around town, making loud noises to tell people, who by that point all know, that your team has won, wahey, wahey, let's all be very noisy. It was okay this time. The game started at 6 PM our time, so it's in Brazil, which means time differences and all that. But 6 PM, which means it was over by about 8 PM. And so there's plenty of time to celebrate, I'd say.
Solid copy.
Give it 2 hours even, which I'd say is a long time to just drive around town being noisy, but as I said, I'm okay with, say, 2 hours, but that would make it 10 PM, and it's now almost midnight and I'm still occasionally hearing them. And I don't know, there's a limit as to how much I find bearable, especially when the game ends at midnight and they just start then for 2 hours. I find that's sort of not acceptable anymore. There's not really much you can do because... Oh, actually I found the control room. I went the completely wrong way. Silly, silly me. But now I can dash on ahead because these guys shouldn't do very much. Whoever we're going to face in there, actually. I think it should just be outsiders at this stage, but you never know.
On the move.
I also had to turn my lights down because if I have the windows open and my lights on, I will just be swarmed by mosquitoes and moths. And I don't have a problem with animals and insects as such, but the moths will probably start trying to flutter about any light source, and then they just constantly sit on the monitor. And if it's a very small insect, I'm okay with squashing it against the monitor, but if it's like a centimeter long moth, they are fairly massive insects, which means they leave a huge smudge on the monitor, which I would have to clean up, which I would prefer not having to do. And obviously mosquitoes do that thing where they sting you and drink your blood, which I also object to. I'm not a big fan of having my blood being drunk by another animal.
Understood. Moving out.
Okay, I'm just positioning everyone behind this door. Where's my stun gun guy? That's you. I wouldn't mind getting an outsider if I can. They have a light plasma rifle, so I would take that. But if it doesn't work out, that's okay. I wouldn't mind. I don't need to interrogate them, so... However, everyone else will overwatch, and now I should be okay. Everyone's in range, everyone's fine, everything's good. Okay, now how about you open the door and we see what we have.
Contact.
A single outsider. Running into cover. Where's my stun gun guy? That would be you. Okay, you can get into range. Let's just try and take this. He's not an Overwatch, so that's okay. We should have 95%, so that's a good chance.
Say good night.
Yep, and I believe that's everyone.
Commander, the operation was a success.
Well, the meld is kind of bad, but we have a fair amount left, so I'm okay with it. It took a long time to find that last alien, and I apologize. I should have recognized the map, but I haven't played it in a long time, so... Too bad. Oh, Burns got a promotion, actually. Oh, he got the Sprinter! Why, hey, we have another Assault who can run a lot. Now, the last ones should be the same all the time, I think. But I don't know. We got a light plasma rifle from the Outsider and a normal plasma rifle from the Muton. Also got an alien grenade, some captives. Okay, 5 damaged, and an Outsider shard randomly. Let's visit the grey market, see what we can sell. And I just know right after selling these, the Exalt are going to come in and take all my money. I can't sell the Outsider shard, so it's just going to sit there forever because I don't need it anymore. Alien surgeries I can also sell. I can still sell the stasis tanks. I believe the rest I probably should keep. Heavy floaters, we are going to autopsy those quickly. Actually, let's just wait for the fighter craft to finish. Doesn't matter. I know the autopsy is instant and the time doesn't get reset, so I would still have 2 days to do the fighter craft afterwards, but it's fine. Shift suppression is done. Let's see, anything else we want to do? Could do drone capture if we had more drone racks, which we don't. Shift laser and alien grenades. I don't know, let me check the situation room, see how many weapon fragments I have. 37. I would prefer to keep them for now. And let's keep scanning. There we go. Fighter craft research complete. Which means the hover ship is available for manufacture and the Firestorm is available for manufacture. Again, you can pause this at any point. Hover ship is not so interesting because I don't really use them. Much more interesting is the Firestorm, which is our best bet for taking down UFOs. Also unlocks a bunch of new research. Let's begin with the heavy floater
Another
autopsy.
variation on a previously identified specimen. This is the heavy floater. As you can see, the aliens have made substantial improvements to the armor and weapons systems available, while removing some of its exposed vulnerabilities. An extremely dangerous combatant.
And because it's able to fly, it's very evasive, so it's difficult to hit. Advanced repair project available in the foundry. Okay, as our understanding of Malian materials grows, we believe that we can develop processes that would reduce the repair times of our fighter craft and ship units significantly. Archangel armor only costs me Illyrium and alloys, and only Illyrium for the EMP cannon. I'll start with the Archangel armor, which is very nice for snipers, on open maps that is. And we'll continue afterwards. Let's see, do we want to modify any soldiers? I guess we might as well. Let's take Bridget Stewart and give her depth perception, which is fairly cheap, so let's go with that. Do we want a secondary heart or... nope. So I think the depth perception is fine, that's all I'll give her for now. Which will take 3 days. I can always change these later and add more of them later. So
I will notify you when the genetic modification process is completed.
if I were to decide that I want the different eye implants, the different modification on the eyes, I would have to pay for that, so I can't switch out for free. I have to pay for whichever ones I want, which means switching is expensive and I don't really want to do it, but I could. And if I decide later on I want to give her a secondary heart, I can always do that, and that's just going to cost me the resources of the secondary heart. Now, engineering, built by items. Let's check out what the Firestorms cost us. 130 Illyrium alloys, power source, flight computer, engineers. So I have enough to build 3 of them, but I don't think I've got the capacity actually. So I'm building 2 of them. The problem is the Firestorm will instantly be built in Asia, which is where my base is, and I can only store for 4 of the of our fighters here. So once those 2 are complete, I can send one of them to some other continent, equip the other one with some stuff, and you'll see. However, this episode definitely has gone on for long enough, so I hope you enjoyed it. Leave comments as always, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye!